He's like child abuse awareness with Darlene J. Clark. Be a part of the solution instead of part of the problem. We deal with physical, sexual, child exploitation, neglect, abandonment, child sex trafficking, all kinds of different behaviors. We share personal stories with one caring community. Matthew 18, verse 6. But who shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me? It were better that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea. Hey there, too cool. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Thanks for being here. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips and balance in favor of fair use. Thanks for coming. Please speak up. Have a voice. See something. Say something. So at the moment, we're going over Patricia Anne Bronson. She's a 41-year-old mother who abandoned her two children at a beach in St. Petersburg, Florida. I know I go ahead and I bring it up to show y'all the proof behind what I'm saying. Also, she is a lawyer. That she should know better than that. The Florida lawyer. She left her two youngsters alone on the beach where a 3-year-old was found in the surf, says a report, 5 days ago. A Florida attorney is facing felony child neglect charges for allegedly leaving two young girls alone on the beach, with a 3-year-old wandering into the surf by herself. Patricia Anne Bronson, age 41, allegedly left the toddler and her 7-year-old sister alone at Upham Beach Park in St. Pete Beach for up to 45 minutes on Saturday, according to a report in the Tampa Bay Times. A 7-year-old and a toddler left alone at the beach. Any of them could have been grabbed, nabbed, abused. Hey there, hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. Thank you so much. So you posted that thing on your site where I can look at it? When bystanders alerted police about the unattended youngsters, the older girl told them her little sister was in the water, where deputies found her waist deep. The toddler was found in the water waist deep. Could have been another instance like that 3-year-old that drowned that day. I'm glad this time the bystanders alerted police. They alerted somebody. They didn't just let something happen. But I find it amazing that they probably seen the girl waist deep. Why didn't anybody go to that little girl? She could have been pulled under. No telling what else. Bronson, a Tampa attorney. Like I said, she's a lawyer. She's an attorney. She should know better. Allegedly admitted that she was caring for the girls and had dropped them off at the beach to left to park a car, the outlet reported. You do not leave your kids on the beach and then go park your car elsewhere. Excuse me? But gone for 45 minutes? Posted on community page. You got your message you left with the link about Grant Sullivan. In case these looped into big time. Yes, it does. I'm glad you got the link I sent you. So the attorney claims she left her 7-year-old daughter and the toddler, just dropped them off and went to go park the car. Bronson was listed as a children's caregiver on police records. It is not clear if she is related to the pair or was watching them for a relative or an acquaintance. She was charged with 2 counts of neglect of a child without great bodily harm and booked at the Pinellas County Jail, but she was hit with an additional contraband charge. Contraband charge. Ah. Patricia Anne Bronson, 41, a lawyer in Tampa, Florida, was charged with child neglect for allegedly leaving 2 young girls unattended on the beach. Sheriff's deputies found the 3-year-old waist deep in the water by herself. There she is, right there. Y'all, please don't go see her as a lawyer when she does get out of jail. Oh, she is out of jail, okay? Police said jail guards found she carried a small bait pin into the lockup, the Times reported. She was later released on $15,000 bail pending a return court appearance. Bronson declined to comment when reached by the Tampa Bay Times. That is horrible, y'all. She's an attorney. She should know a lot better than that. And as I said, they don't know if she was actually the parent, but she was a legal custodian, the legal person that was in charge of the kids, according to the police report. Hope she gets help. I don't know if there's any big misunderstanding on leaving the kids, 2 kids age 7 and a toddler behind and gone to park the car. You don't need to leave kids out of your reach. Regardless, I don't see how any of that's a misunderstanding. Seriously, I don't. But according to court records, she was one that's supposed to be taking care of the kids. You cannot just drop a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old. She didn't say that I dropped them off to be there with their parents. Well, even if the 7-year-old is pretty responsible, there's too much that could go on. There's too many people that grabs kids, kidnaps them. They're never seen or heard from ever again. A 7-year-old can't be responsible for taking care of a little kid like that. Well, what part of the story we do know is that the kids were unattended without supervision for about 45 minutes. We do know that. Thank God that the people at the beach noticed her left alone. I don't think the kid needs to declare amnesty with being just 7 years old. She's still going to need adult supervision to go to school and everything else. Not going to be declared an adult at 7 years old. Exactly. She's claiming she went to go park the car. I don't think it takes 45 minutes to go park the car, do you? But she just let the kids. She said she dropped the kids off while she went to go park her car. Yeah, and then one of the kids could have easily drowned because that kid was in waist deep water. The 3 year old kid was. I would have never left my kids like that to do that. Even like if I was at a park and I had to use a bathroom and I've got two boys. Yeah, back then it might have been okay, when you're 7 to go outside and play till the lights come on. You know, some kids be able to do that. But in our day and time, there's too many dangers out there. Cannot blame the 3 year old. Cannot blame the 3 year old. The 3 year old is still. Luckily, the kid did not drown. Because when the police found her, she was in water up to her waist. And y'all know how the water is at a beach. The current kinds of pull you back out there. It should have never happened in the first place. 3 year olds, they're going to be kids, will be kids. You're not even supposed to leave it's even dangerous for even older kids or anything. Sea is dangerous, that's right. Plus, there's too many predators out there that wants to harm kids. Exactly. I, I think about the Daytona Beach when I was 14-year old and I stepped in a crab bed. And I was originally from Alabama, but I didn't know nothing about sinking down into a crab bed. And then all these crabs chasing me, nipping at me, trying to get my toes and everything. I was petrified. But I'm luckily it wasn't something worse than that. I remember running towards my mom, my stepmom, and she's like, "Don't bring them over my way." So I had to turn and go the other direction. And then I seen a lady pick up. Do you think that a mugshot that she has? I don't really know whether she was on crack cocaine or what she was on, but she did have a vape pen. They did find that vape pen that she took at contraband into the jail. And I'm thinking, how did they not spot the vape pen when they took her in? Yeah. Don't tell them what all was going on, with her, with kids. But there's too many predators out there, when even in your own yard. I had some people even trying to pick up my kids when they got off the school bus and be dropped off at the end of the road. No telling where she hid it, but she got caught with it. She got caught with it for sure. And some vape pens they do have other drugs in it, like marijuana. Yeah, and the beach is the right place, perfect spot for somebody to easily grab a kid. If it had been for these other people that stood up and called an officer, let the officer know about these two kids alone, it could have met the fate of what happened with that TikTok person. But it don't matter where it was at. The fact is, the kids were not safe. Luckily, the cops listened to that other girl, told them she's out there in the water, and the water was up. Did they say to her waist? And the vape pen, do you think it could be heroin in the vape pens also? I don't think it's enough of a fine, really, the $15,000. I guess they're saying because the kids turned out not to be injured, but the kids will remember being abandoned. No, I don't know if there's any body cam footage from the cops either. We're trying to get people that this a case happened in Decatur, Alabama, where a shooting, and the cops were saying that somebody had that he stuck a gun at the police officer, but the Ring doorbell camera in Decatur, Alabama, showed that the guy didn't have a gun. There was a guy there trying to confiscate his truck, and yet he paid payments for the truck. The tow company was the repo guy was at the wrong place. It wasn't really for that guy. Yet they went ahead and still allowed him for the cover up to take that guy's truck because the cops had shot and killed him. But he had a family and he had kids and all this other kind of stuff. Now the cops are not wanting to, and the mayor is not of Decatur, Alabama, is not wanting to release the video. But their excuse is saying that the family did not fill out the information correctly, so we're not going to release it to the media. We will not release the police camera to no one, and I don't think that's right. Anyway, you're trying to cover up the thing. And he didn't have a gun, and he was shot over 10 times. There was also bullet things where ended up in neighboring houses. Luckily, they didn't get shot, and the guy didn't even have a gun. The cops did say real quick, "Stop, drop the gun," and he didn't have a gun, but he said, "Stop, lay down on the ground." They say, pop, 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 like 10 pops. Overkill, and he's already down. They continue shooting him. That's what's going on in Decatur, Alabama. But a lot of times people don't want to let go of that footage. But let's go. That's the next to last story. My next story will be where a 21-year-old Michigan man found trying to escape out of a 13-year-old girl's house or apartment, wherever she lived, for the parents. And because he tried to rape her. And this happened in Tennessee. Okay, thank you so much, and God bless y'all.